My dirt mouth dirt babies. Today we're using no monkey knowledge and we're going to be fighting the Dreadbloon. We're just playing normal, so it shouldn't be that difficult, but we're going to just try to make sure we beat it for you guys in a nice, easy-ish fashion. So, just so you guys know, I will be doing a post-commentary on the in-between rounds, and we'll be doing live commentary during Dreadbloon. So let's get started. So I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys every single step in the process, so we're going to show you guys through one round to 40, and we're going to show you the in-between rounds, in between when the Dreadbloon is actually coming out, just to make sure you know that I didn't cheat or use any hacks or other things that don't exist in the game. That being said, there are actually a couple somewhat difficult rounds. The entirety of the process between round 1 and about 50 is the hardest part of the entire thing. Once you beat round 50, I'm not going to say it's unbelievably easy, because the second one is also somewhat difficult, but they get pretty simple. So make sure that you're using Opens things here. Try to wait until the Bloons sort of overwhelm you, specifically on round 14, 15, and 16, to try to minimize the lives lost. If you do end up losing 30 or 40 lives, it's honestly not that big of a deal, but you can save some lives. As far as banana farms go, build all 2-0 banana farms until you get to your third banana farm. Then you want to start spamming all of them up to 0, 2, 3 banana farms. Now this is the most difficult part of the entire process here. We're going to lose lives on purpose. So you're going to want to build 5 druids. You're going to see in just a second, we're going to build 5 druids up to 0, 0, 2. And the reason why we're doing this is because if you lose lives while you have these druids, Heart of the Vengeances, you can lose up to 100 lives and they'll attack basically a lot faster. So we're going to use that to our advantage here. We have a bunch of lives, so we're going to use that to lose lives on round 33, 35, or excuse me, 33, and half of round 36. After that, you can start taking a Spike Factory ready, and we're going to get ready to start blowing our load all over this Dreadbloon. Alright guys, let's talk about the Dreadbloon. So, first things first, if you have not done this yet, make sure you get a Spike Storm as soon as you possibly can. This is going to be the majority of our damage for pretty much the entirety of this process here. I have him in somewhat of a weird spot, but it'll make sense for you guys in just a second. So, you should note that he's got a lot of weird properties that might not even make a lot of sense to a lot of people. Hopefully, I'm going to get all this right, but if I do get it all wrong, please let me know in the comments so I can fix it for next time, right? Here we go. First Spike Storm, you can see big rock shield layer. So we're going to be immune to 4 different types of monkeys. Primary, military, magic, and support. You can kind of see those on the side over here on what they're going to be. Primary, military, magic, and support. So make sure you build a variety of different things. Now you're going to notice that these guys are all getting resisted here. So you might be thinking, well, all we got to do is go hard thorns. That's going to make us not be resisted anymore. But it does not seem to be doing any damage to this guy, only to the Bloons. Why is that? That's probably the most confusing part of the entire process here. He also has a damage resistance up to 1 damage. So anybody who does 1 damage per shot basically does nothing. So that means we have to go for bigger, stronger stronger towers than normal, which is kind of sad, obviously. In addition to being all of this, he does have rock Bloons that come out over here, which are also a really, really, really big pain that I absolutely disgust, by the way. So we're going to sell this guy. We're going to go for an overdrive with fast shooting, and we're also going to go for an alchemist on this guy so we can give him that extra damage from the Berserker Brew, right? Now that's going to really cut through this stuff. Now, you might be seeing these rock Bloons and thinking, holy crap, you're going to absolutely get slobber knocked by these things. Kind of. Kind of. And here's why. They are very, very difficult to pop, and they do 5 lives of damage, but luckily for us, when we do get a Spike Storm going, they will pretty much take them down in their entirety. So we might lose a few lives here, but we're not going to lose the entire game from these things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Stronger Stem. We're going to cut through this layer. Soon we're going to have our biggest problem here, which is the fact that we're going to be resistant to magic monkeys. But we're going to wait this out on purpose to not have to deal with this, so I can go for something kind of unique here. I'm going to do one more of these. I'm going to sell this guy, and we're going to go for the MIB, all right, with Jungle Drums. That should actually officially get us through here, because now we've got a very strong taxer that can kind of finish off the rest of the rock Bloons and the Dreadbloon here, but we have to start making money back. So to make money back, we're going to start getting rid of all this, and we're going to soon get rid of our Spike Factory as well. Once we get rid of a few more of these puppies. Now, here we go. Now you can see the damage really starting to flow off this guy. Taxeter doing a good job overall. You need both an Alchemist and an MIB to basically make him do anything, though, which is kind of absurd if you really get down and think about it. All right, we're down to our last goal here. So this Spike Factory is currently worthless, so we're going to get rid of him. Get rid of him, and instead we're going to buy some money. Get the money a-flowing. Make it go in your pocket. So you're going to see we're still going through this rock shield pretty quickly, and this tack shooter should be able to finish this off without too many issues here. And there we go. We do take down the Dreadbloon on around 48, which gives us a pretty good amount of time to actually go back and take these guys down. But now we don't need this MIB anymore, and we don't need this Alchemist anymore, but we do need to make sure we get something back for cam detection. So even though it seems a little bit weird to sell something that doesn't really necessarily make perfect sense, it will make sense in the long term because we're going to be making a lot of money and get ourselves set up for the next Dreadbloon. There's admittedly not that much going on in the next 10 rounds here, but we still want to show it off really quickly to show you what we're kind of doing. We've got most of our banana farms in the bottom right corner down there, but we don't want to go too crazy with any ridiculous banana farms, but we got to get some money aflowing. So we're going to go for a couple fourth tiers. We're going to still chill with most of our druids here, attack shooter, and our village up to radar scanner, just to make sure we've got some sort of cam detection and everything. I went for a third fourth tier banana farm. Again, you can kind of like gauge how you feel with all of this stuff, and then get ready for the Dreadbloon. So here we go for the second Dreadbloon. Now this guy, you might be thinking that you're in a rush. You really got to take this down as quickly as possible. That is the wrongest answer you could possibly think. Let your farms get to work, man. Let them build up a little bit of money here, and then once you get that money going, then you can start to build the things that you want to build that can actually get things going. It's not worth it on a non-elite version to do anything really, really crazy over here. So, the main thing we are going to build, though, is our Avatar Wrath. This is going to cut right through the primary military section, but then we got to deal with the magic section. That's where the tax zone is going to come into play. And if we have to sell, we have to sell. This is where you could be a little bit maybe better with it, I guess, which is, oh, look at this. So I got the Thorn Swarm on this guy, so I can't even pop the Lead Balloon layer, which is actually kind of good for us. It does give us a little bit of time to work on this stuff. So let's get the MIB now. Now you're going to see the damage really start to flow in here. Ba-dunk! We dunked on these mofos. Look at that, right through the military section, but soon, magic section. This is, again, the trickiest part of them all. So now we got to do something. We're going to sell this guy. We're going to buy the tax, and we're going to make sure we alchemize this guy so we can make sure we get the extra damage that we need to take down this Dreadbloon layer. And we're going to rely on the tax zone to do pretty much everything here. All right, this is the two main guys, in my opinion. Avatar Wrath, tax zone. Cut through this layer. That looks good. Once we get through this, we're going to be back in action to take both these guys down, and we can get back to the farming. So, hopefully that, like, makes sense to you guys. All right, there's the last skull, and now we've got both being able to attack over here, and that guy's going to get absolutely destroyed. All right, so now, again, we got about 14 rounds to farm, so let's make some cash flow. We have a few more rounds to go in between the 60s here. It's kind of weird to do a half post commentary, half live commentary, because I kind of forgot what I said during the middle of my live commentary. So if I repeat anything, I'm sorry about that, guys. It's kind of goofy, but I think it makes the most sense. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. But now we could be really weird and greedy and sell our Avatar Wrath and our tax shooter and our village and our other things, and just gotta survive with some stuff. But we're not gonna have to be that crazy today. Instead, we're gonna focus on the banana farms, get all of these guys up to 4th tier around this. This is only 6 banana farms total. We could probably fit a little more, but this is just good enough for us. Then we're gonna buy our village as soon as we get the money for it up to 005, and that's gonna start getting the money really flowing in here. And honestly, tax shooter, druid, gonna be just fine for us. All right, guys, here we go. We got level 3 of Dreadbloon. Believe it or not, we already got a pretty good setup here. We don't have to do that much. But what we are going to do is we're going to upgrade our Avatar Wrath by upgrading other things around him, like these Pop Lusts. So we're going to go Pop Lust across the board to increase his attack speed. Realistically, you want to make sure he's a ×5 Avatar Wrath, so we're going to put him all up in here. And then for the rest of my guys, it doesn't really matter what you go for, Thorn Swarm or Hard Thorns. I don't really care. Do whatever you want, but just mix it up a little bit, in my opinion. I like the Thunder, personally. Just kind of hits the other Bloons kind of randomly over here. Chop through the first layer pretty quickly. The hard part, again, for us is going to be that magic resistance. So if you want any support, feel free to pop something else in, like a Mad or something like that. It's really not a bad idea to go for a Mad here. Because you're going to notice our tax shooter is going to be pretty strong, but is it going to be strong enough to kill literally everything? Kind of. Kind of is the correct answer. Now, it should also be noted that you have a village over here that is worth a lot of money, but he's also not grabbing his own things, which kind of sucks. I'll admit it. It does kind of suck. So, what you could do is as soon as you get the money for it, Monkey Wall Street is going to be your answer. Monkey Wall Street will grab that money for you. But for the meantime, I will just aim my Dartling gun kind of in the general direction. Now, as soon as we get to this next goal, life will get easy for us again, because Avatar of Wrath is going to be back in action. He's going to do the majority of our popping power again. Yay! So we made it to the hard part of this Dreadbloon. We're going to just eat this puppy alive here, and he is donezo. All right, that's good for us, bad for the boss balloon. We get the Monkey Wall Street, and now life is pretty good for the 4th tier already. So we took that one down real nice and quick like. We got 15 more rounds in between here. We get to fly through these guys because we already have Attack Zone, Avatar of Wrath doing a great job. So now it's all about spamming those banana farms, and this is where you're going to see why this strategy is pretty decent, because we don't have to sell, rebuy. We can just buy a bunch of banana farms. You can buy as many as you desire. You can go harder than me if you want to. Personally, I don't really care that much if we end up being super duper successful. So I decided to go for a kind of a weirder strategy. And I decided to go for an engineer and get him up to 5th tier overclock. And what that's going to allow me to do is sort of just get my towers that are already pretty good just to be extra, extra powerful. Alright, level 4 of the Dreadbloon. First things first, we're going to get the MAD going. Make sure you keep on overclocking your towers if you're feeling it. You are going to have to worry about the group balloons at this point, so we're going to just make sure we've got a little bit of something for that guy. So we're going to go for glue, believe it or not. We're going to go for a quick balloon solver, and I still like stickier, stronger glue, so that's what we're going to go for. So we're immune to primary right now, so attack shooter, doing nothing. Now we're going to be immune to military just a second here, so our MAD's not going to be doing very much. So we're going to still overclock this guy right here. If you got any extra money, make sure you're buying a Homeland Defense. That is just going to, like, absolutely destroy these things, man. Check this out. Once we're done with the military, you know, let's just do it now. Just use the Homeland Defense. You're going to see this thing go to town, dude. Now we're immune to magic. So that means our Avatar of Wrath, which was doing most of our popping power, is no longer going to do so. So instead, I'm going to swap into a random big plane as soon as I get the money for it, and I get to use this ability right here, which is kind of cool. If you combine abilities, it actually works even better, like overclocking, Homeland Defense, and this ability all at the same time. It can be pretty freaking sweet. So if you have the chance to do that, like, do it, bro. It's going to be nice. You can see some rock balloons kind of getting in the back here. So we're going to use Homeland Defense and see if we can clean these guys up. We're currently immune to support, which I have very few support monkeys at this point, so these should just kind of go down nice and quick like. And there we go. Tier 4 has been completed. Surprisingly, a very quick 15 rounds here because everything's just getting blown up by the big plane and the MAD kind of just combined together here. I don't know why it goes by so quickly. It's kind of weird, honestly, that this is probably the quickest 20 rounds or 15 rounds of all of the Dreadbloonage, but it is what it is. Again, feel free to farm more if you want to and kind of just keep overclocking your stuff and just building some 5th tiers. Honestly, whatever you're feeling, but Spike Factories, Monkey Aces, Super Monkeys, Dartling Guns, all of those guys are good guys to go for. So check those out, have some fun with them, and just build whatever you're feeling like. Honestly, wasn't entirely sure what I was buying this entire time. I just bought a bunch of crap, to be honest. So if you want to be more exact with what you're buying, feel free. The main thing that I overclocked, though, was the big plane. I know he has one of the most powerful towers in the game. He's already got, you know, supposedly 6 million pops. I don't know how true that is, but dang, that's kind of absurd compared to, like, our Avatar of Wrath, who's been around the entire game at 3.5 million pops. You know, it's just kind of weird to see. He's immune to primary right now, which is probably our least built tower. We only really have Attack Zone right now. Now he's immune to military, though, which could be a decent issue. We don't have that many non-military monkeys at this point. They're actually pretty good. So we're going to randomly Homeland Defense again and see what else we can build here to kind of keep me afloat in here. Once we get through the immune to military section, then things will start to go our way. Plus, we're also going to get ready to kind of get blown up by a lot of random Spike Factory stuff. So that should help out a lot as well. Sadly, it seems like at the end of rounds, I think these guys are disappearing still, and I'm not sure if it's damaging him when it explodes or not, but if it is, that is absolutely fantastic. All right, another Homeland Defense combo with pretty much everything activated at the same time. Rock Shield is going down. Avatar of Wrath still does do a pretty significant amount of damage, but it's not all of it. And we get a Legend of the Night just in case something sneaks through our defense in some stupid way and kills us, and that would just be terrible. I also went for the triple dose of Dartling Guns in the front over here, not because I think they're that important, but because I think that they're kind of fun. If I really just had to pick 3 towers that I know are just super powerful, those are towers that I almost always go for. So we're on our last rock shield here. Now we're immune to support, which is sadly kind of where a lot of my spike factories ended up. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but sadly it's just the way it went down. And we're going to kill him in about 5 rounds here, which is not unfair for no Paragons and no Temples. So hopefully this helped you guys out so much. If it didn't, let me know why in the comments below. I know that the first star is probably the most difficult, so if you're having any trouble, that's probably the issue you're having. But hopefully this guide will get you through it, and we can have a great old time earning all these delicious rewards. So I don't remember what all the rewards were, because I played this a couple times to make sure I got my strategy right for you guys. Oh, can I not play him anymore? There we go. Oh, yeah. So you get a pretty good amount of money here. 225, about 400 monkey money, plus a bunch of other random stuff over here, just for the regular guy. That's pretty sweet, dude. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a super duper delicious day.